Live, live, live. What's up, everybody out in TV world? Quentin broadcasting along with Outta Boundz. We're here with the Live Mentor cast. And what can I say? This is something special, right, OG?
Man, it's real special, man. It's almost like, I don't believe it's going on. I don't believe it's happening, but it is happening, man. We prayed on this. We meditated on this, man. So at the end of the day, being disciplined to God, this is what you get. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people on their podcasts or their platforms, they don't like to give shot to God, but y'all gonna get tired of me. You know what I mean? Because I know where it came from. Right. So at the end of the day, man, it's a blessing, man. It's just a blessing, man. We talked about this, bro.
Yeah, we talked about this. We definitely did. We talked about this a while ago, and pretty much manifest right in front of our face. There's actually a few things that we talked about that came to fruition, right? I mean, we're sure we'll get into it later on. We talked about the golf program that we have, and now we have a youth mentorship for golf programs that's going to be pretty, pretty lit. It's going to be pretty lit with the young kids playing golf and showing them all kind of 18 courses of etiquette. I'm not going to give you too much. We'll talk about that later on. But today is something real special, man. It's our first time doing live TV broadcasting. We've been doing a mentorship for probably, 4 months now? It's been a while.
About 4 months.
About 4 months now. And we've been gathering some traction on that and everything.
Right.
But now we got a live audience, man.
And for those that don't know, I'm originally from Vineland, New Jersey, born in Bristol, raised in Vineland. And I moved to Atlanta in 2012. But before moving there, me and my partners, we started a program called Fed Up For You. It was an anti-gang, anti-drug youth organization. Over 300 kids that we would bring to the Arm Center in Bristol every Saturday for about 5-6 hours. We feed them, we allow them to play from basketball to the girls playing double dutch. I mean, it just was a great time. But we didn't do that on our own. We did that with collaborative organizations, such as Gateway, such as Tracy Wells Huggins, John Fuqua, before he even blew up with the Life Worth Living. It took a community. It took a village. And I'm saying that because I don't see that same community. I don't see that same village. Yeah. One of the things that drew me back to Jersey, as well as my partner, Dan, a.k.a. Rock, who's originally from Ocean City, he came down 3 years after I moved to Atlanta. Yeah. And one of the things that had us come back is we didn't like what we were seeing on social media in our area. Right.
I remember we were sitting in your apartment downtown, actually, and something came across on social media about some kids getting shot out here, and there was a whole bunch of stuff going on. And I know how that weighed on you pretty heavily, here in your hometown. Yeah. And that weighed on you pretty heavily. And that was one of the reasons why we wanted to come back to Jersey to start this program, because the things that was happening and the things that wasn't happening here that needed to happen.
Exactly. And what really touched me is I had a couple mothers reach out to me. They inboxed me. Some of them even went live and was like, yo, what is going on in our county? We need the leaders back in our county. James Cooper, called me out. Chanita, that's my girl, Chanita, called me out on Facebook Live. We need you back. Some people don't want you back because they trying to get all the shine. It ain't about shine. We need you back. And she said that on live, and that hurt me. You know what I mean? It really hurt me because at the end of the day, I moved in 2012, so I was gone for 12 years. I was gone for 10 years, 11 years. And when I left, so did the program. And it made me think about who was still here putting in the work, the groundwork. And it was still organizations putting in the groundwork. But when we ran Fed Up For You, we was able to bring the drug dealers out the street. We was able to bring the gangbangers out the street.
I remember that.
So I was asking myself, who's here to still bring them out the streets? The answer was, there's plenty of people here, but who's willing to take that chance? That was the true answer. Because when me and my sons and a couple of my partners, Robert Kirby, walked into Bristol Villas and the Burlington Manors and the Amity Heights, they wasn't ready for a change. So guess what that meant? It was us against the gangs.
Wow.
So who was willing to step up and put their life and their family life on the line? And when I kept asking myself that, I couldn't put a finger on it. Because our older people, it's not their job.
Right.
The older people that stepped up, the Mr. Kellys and them that stepped up, no, they the behind the scene people. It's not their job to be in front. We need the 20-year-olds. We need the 18-year-olds. We need the 19-year-olds. They're going to support it from the back.
The ones that can relate.
but I didn't see none. And some people took that personal when I came out on Facebook and I made that comment and I made that statement, but it came from the heart, and I can't help my heart.
Can't help the heart. Can't help the heart. That's man. Look, the work is being done now, right? I mean, you see, there's some organizations now that's our Gateway, Life Worth Living, Right My Wrong. The work's being put in, and of course, what we're doing with our mentor cast, with the golf program, with a couple other different programs that we have, peer to peer. The work's being done. The work's being done now. At least the beginning part of it, right? I'm not from this area, so when I'm from the outside to look in, I'm like, whoa, as big as this county is, there should be a lot more going on here in Cumberland County. And I think Cumberland County is missing the boat on saving these kids. There should be a lot more going on. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Well, not everybody though. Everybody's not missing the boat. There's a lot of good organizations.
I'm saying as a whole.
I mean, you speaking coming from Cape May, Ocean City. I mean,
what does that mean, Cool?
I'll tell you what it means. I'll tell you what it means. It's the support.
Okay.
Right?
Here we go.
Here, listen to what I'm saying. Ocean City, they see color.
They do.
We're going to call it what it is. This is the mentor cast. We don't hold back.
We don't hold back.
Right? Cumberland County would like to see color, but it's hard to see color when you have Hispanics and blacks in high positions making it happen. It's hard. It's like when you went to Atlanta and you go to Walmart or you go to Wells Fargo and you say, oh, I don't like this service. I need to see your manager. And the manager come out and the manager is black.
Looking just like
I need to see your general manager.
Right.
The general manager is black. So you can't play that race card. In Ocean City, you can play the race card all day long.
Let's keep it 100 though. All through South Jersey, you can play the race card.
You gotta slow down though.
Okay.
You gotta slow down.
All right.
You gotta slow down. Because some of these parts, they're gonna march on you. Ocean City ain't marching.
They're not marching.
Right?
They're not
Some of these parts,
march,
you play that race card in Cumberland County, we marching. We putting something together. Trust and believe that we are, brother.
Oh, I believe you.
I
see the marching coming.
So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You know, I get on you about this all the time. You got to get Cape May to jump more on your side to support you. You know why? Because this is the second year they had a Juneteenth event. And this is the second year they called you to run the Juneteenth event.
Thanks.
So if you're good enough to run a Juneteenth event, we should be able to put an Outta Boundz program inside of Ocean City, bro. It's nothing else to talk about.
You know what? I'm 100% agreeing with you, man. You know, my hands are kind of tied sometimes with certain issues, but I keep pushing. So I'm going to keep pushing.
Right.
I'm going to keep pushing.
And the reason me and him keep going back, because we played football, right? I'm older than him, a couple years older. So we always talk about who was the better team, Vineland, Ocean City, or whatever. So we always go back and forth, but at the end of the day, when it comes to... not when I played. We was the group champs.
Oh, I thought that's what you was in.
Nah, I wasn't going to end it right there. We're going to bring Ron in too, because Ron got some of that Atlantic County in him too. You know what I mean? You got Cape May, he got Atlantic County in. So we're going to bring him in too. But this is a part of mental health building right here. You know what I mean? This is a part because
I know it was something because I was getting mental with what you were saying with Ocean City for a second, man.
Yeah, we do that all the time. But this is what I want to say. This is what I want to say to Cumberland County, and then I'm gonna let you take this over and bring our guests on. I really appreciate you, man. And me and my brother, we always go back and forth friendly, and we find a lot of out of jokes. We find a lot of seriousness out of what's really going on around us. And I'm gonna let you know something. Be careful on what you ask God for, because God plays jokes, right? So sometimes you ask God what you want and what you would do if you had it, and he give it right to you, and you're not even prepared to receive it. Yep. So we asked for this. We asked for Quinn Broadcast. This was in 3 months. This was 3 months ago we was putting this together, right? I was talking to my brother Vic the other day and today about it, how time fly. If you're not ready, guess what? That opportunity is going to pass you.
That's right, buddy.
We really wasn't ready for Quinn Broadcast, right? We really wasn't, but in the sense of meditating and being disciplined, we was ready 110%, right? Definitely. So we was able, soon as Mr. Quinn said, okay, you ready, guys? Let's go ahead and make it happen. We couldn't tell him no because we felt like that opportunity was going to come back. So we said, yeah. But in reality, when we asked y'all to do a donation for food, we really ain't had no food. Do y'all realize that this room, come on, we got to keep it candid. This room was $200.
We keep it 100.
This room was $200. We had the 200, but it was the fact that because we're trying to bring a community together, and the youth that we're reaching through social media, through in person, or whatever the case is, it's just the community and the village that's coming together to help this. Outta Boundz, we just the face. Right. But the people that's really doing the work is the people like that's in this room and the people that's on social media. So when I cried out for pizza, can I keep it real?
Man, come on. Preach.
We raised $300 in 30 minutes for pizza. But guess what that was able to do? That food back there ain't cost no $300. We was able to pay for the $200 for the room. So when you ask God to bless you for the things that you want and need, please, I ask you to be prepared. Because guess what? That money would have came out of our pocket.
It was coming.
Because this show was happening. Once we gave Mr. Quinn our word, it was going down. Once we had the superstar guests that already committed, it was going down. It wasn't going to stop. But the point I'm making is we don't have that big grant. So when I come on here and say, yo, we need money for the podcast, we really need money now. We on TV. So we need commercial money, ad money. So I'm just keeping it real. Coop going to keep it candid with you. I'm not going to hide behind no smoke and mirrors or anything like that. We don't have the budget to do what we really can do. If an organization jump behind us, a nonprofit, a corporate sponsor, and jump behind us and put money behind us, it's only going to make all of us look good.
I mean, we're already doing some tremendous things with no money.
Well, you said we ain't. Sometimes you
No. What I said is we're not.
You said we could be doing better. I don't know, man. I don't know.
We always can do enough.
Okay, you're right. You're right, bro. You're right.
Man, can we bring our guests?
Bring the guests on. Bring the guests on. What's up, brother? And you make me feel under dress.
Oh man,
You looking good, brother. Talk to him, Rock.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate being here, man. This is awesome. I think you brothers, man, brother Dan, I'm telling you, this thing, God has definitely put his stamp on this.
Thank you.
I believe that because you're doing it from the heart. You know what I mean? It's not from the head, it's from the heart.
And from the pocket. From the heart.
But you know, he said, be ye also ready. And you know what I mean? It's like he said, be careful what you ask for. But he's going to give you the desires of your heart because you got good hearts. You know what I mean? And this thing ain't about you. It ain't about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's about whatever his will is. And his will is to reach the people. You know what I mean? Because we have to, reach one, it's going to teach one.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So we all come together.
You're right.
This thing's going to blow. I see this thing blowing up. So I didn't, I wish I knew we could have helped out with his pizza and stuff. I didn't even know. But I want to support y'all.
Man,
I know you do. I know you do.
I haven't done this in a while. My wife does her podcast. I've been, but I've been around a lot. You know what I mean? I've been around. I've been in the Marine Corps, learning a lot of things. I work for the state police. I've been, been out here trying to help some youth. I had basketball teams. I'm actually one of the original persons to originate the PAL in Mays Landing.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I started that whole PAL program and stuff like that. And because, like you said, the youth, they need us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they need each other. You know what I mean? And like you were saying earlier, we don't need all the old heads is good because we bring wisdom, we bring knowledge, we bring wisdom to the table. But the old heads can mentor us. You know what I mean? Then we can mentor them. You know what I mean? And then again, each one reach one.
I like that. I like that.
Facts, 100%.
I like that.
Now you mentioned you were in the Marine Corps.
Yes, sir.
How long were you in the Marine Corps?
About total 6 years. Did 4 years active, and 2 years they did like in the reserves. So Marine Corps.
Thank you for your service, man. Definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What was your MOS?
Did
you call it MOS?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still old school.
Okay.
So we did. I was motor T. So I was driving like grunts and doing what I had to do. Filling birds, fueling up birds, planes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And military talk.
They call them iron birds or something.
I know you get this a lot. Did you see any combat, any action?
I did not. I stayed stateside. My unit actually was in 8th Marines. We were in Beirut, and I wasn't supposed to go. I was supposed to go, but God spared me. Praise God. I was supposed to go, and my whole barracks was the barracks that got bombed.
Wow.
And that was that was a lot of my friends, that passed away there. And at that time, but God spared me, and I thank Him because He knew my future. He knew where he wanted me to be at, and I'm here today.
Wow.
Good stuff. Good
Wow.
stuff.
So, I mean, that's pretty deep. You lost a lot of good friends there, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I was fresh out of boot camp. I was in school, fresh out of school. I was there, and it just happened, and I wasn't, but I thank God because He knows, our future, and like I said, I was pursuing His will, I put Him before me, and I was only like 17, 18 years old.
Wow.
When I was in it.
Wow.
And so I had a big bright future. The Lord took me everywhere after that, and so I'm thankful. I'm thankful for being here. You guys are doing a lot.
I appreciate
Don't ever
that.
discredit anything you do.
Thank you.
I appreciate
You're doing a lot.
that.
I know y'all like to joke and play and stuff like that there, which is great because that's love. Because y'all care about what y'all doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you have your heart in it and you love. But I don't want to talk too much about
Why are you about to make me cry over here, man? All this little talk.
Y'all got a lot.
So you being in the military, what was your biggest take from being in the military? What was the biggest thing you took out from being in the military?
Well, actually, one of the things in the Marine Corps we learned was discipline. Discipline was big. We would run D-I-S-C-I-L-P-L-I-N all day, every day. Which is nothing but discipline. And we discipline our mind. Everything we did it with discipline. And I learned that, when I came in, I was like a boy, and growing up, I was, like I said, I was still like young, and I didn't know what the future, because we were growing up, my mother was a single mother, raising 4 kids, and all of us went into the service, except for one. My sister and my brother went to the Air Force, and I went to the Marine Corps because I wanted to beat them out. Because I was like, well, y'all go there, I went to the Air Force there. I said, I want to be better and bigger.
Right,
so
right.
I want to accomplish something, and I want my life to mean something. So when I came out, I learned how to be, because I grew up, and like I said, I was a fatherless family. I didn't have my father. My father left us at 5 years old.
Right.
So when I was in high school and stuff there, I knew. So when I got out, I was like, I'm not gonna be like someone else. I'm gonna have my own identity, in life and stuff. And being young, I learned discipline. I learned how to be in the Marine Corps. I learned how to be a leader. And I learned how to be a man. And because, especially growing up with a mother raising you, and I had 2 sisters, so I had a brother, but, he ended up moving in with my dad at Amity Heights, So that life was. And I was like 13 years old, so I was by myself, basically like thinking I was taking over, which is hard for a young man to be in a house with, with women in the house, and then he thinks that he has to take over.
Well,
I'm not gonna give him the charge.
I want to touch on that real quick before we move on. But you grew up with mostly women in your household, right? And without a father. And there's a lot of kids in our community that's grown up like that, right? That's grown up without fathers in the household. How did you get through that? How were you able to move past not having a father in the household and all the outside activities that's going on that could bring you in or whatever? How were you able to?
Well, for one thing, I did learn that it's like, I knew in my head, in my mind, especially coming out of the Marine Corps and stuff there, I was like, okay, I'm disciplined enough here. But when I came out, back then we didn't get nobody really didn't get any recognition, nothing like that there. So when I came out, I was basically on my own. I couldn't even find a job. And I worked on the airline, on the Marine Corps grounds. I drove, I fueled up. I did things that people get paid back in the day, $30, $40, $50 an hour. I couldn't even find a minimum wage job when I came out of service. So I had to learn everything to do it on my own. I had to discipline myself and say, okay, nobody's gonna do this for you. And my mom, she was a great example for me. And she was, she did it on her own. And never did I go without a meal. We was on welfare. Our high school, our clothes and stuff came from Goodwills and stuff like that there. So I learned, to be disciplined, and I learned how to take on the responsibility of being like the father of the house. And that's what I had to do at a young age. So, but one thing that I did learn about that, because my father was absent from the household, that wasn't such a bad thing, because sometimes God does things in mysterious ways.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So he might have taken my dad out because he may not want me to follow in his ways, because I have my own direction. Okay. So why would I, and he might have been teaching me something another way, and God had another plan for me. So sometimes it wasn't bad. Overall, the father should be present in the house. It makes a difference with the father being present in the house. Right now, you have 37% of the black males now are incarcerated.
Yes.
You know, so it's a hard thing, and that's because I think one of the reasons is because the father is not in the house. When the father comes home, you know, when the father comes home, the children, all he got to do is his voice. They hearken to his voice. They straighten out anything. The dog sits back like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and listens. You know what I mean? So man's voice in the household. So, you know, but like I said, even if the father's not there, which my father wasn't there, I had to learn to do things on my own. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to make excuses. You don't want to make excuses up.
Solutions over excuses.
So let's
like
Shout out.
So I appreciate that because that needed to be heard
Yeah.
because there's a lot of people going through,
yeah.
you know, certain things and they don't know how to actually get across
Yeah.
what's really on their head. But Rock, I need you to act like we just on our podcast and not on our TV show. It seems like you being safe. You know what I mean? Really, 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 really. You know how I am with energy, and it seems like your energy is under the table, bro.
My energy is
Listen,
on top
bro.
of the table. Cool.
Listen, bro. It's not on top of the
You
table.
want me to get on top of the table?
No, because now you're gonna be selling yourself. I don't want you to get on top of the table, Diddy. Listen, this is all I want you to do, bro. Is act like these TV cameras is not here.
They're not here. I've been on TV.
No, they are here. They are. And we don't let guests take over the show. We gonna keep it real, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of stuff to talk about,
We wanna get here.
but we could have had
This time
three.
is up.
We could have had 3 other topics out of that one topic, bro. I gotta let it be known, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right. So with that being said, one thing that we didn't do is acknowledge our audience. Put 100 in the chat or anything like that, bro. We just letting the guests take over, bro.
Man, he had some really good serious.
And guess
good
what?
things.
He had more too. If we would have cut him off,
You
and
got to cut me off.
he had more. I heard it in you.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely had more.
So I feel like you cheated me. You cheated me, bro.
My bad,
I wanted
man.
more info from him. All right, so come on, Ocean City. That's the difference between 4th Street and Ocean City and 4th Street and Vineland. That's the
Start with 4th
difference.
Street, bro. Not the 4th Street.
Yes, it's a total difference. I keep trying to tell them that.
You never been to 4th Street, Ocean City. But we don't got time for that, man.
You gotta know how to surf if you go that 4th Street. You gotta know how to surf. Go ahead, man. But get back to our audience too, man, and we
Yeah.
come back to them.
We
And
definitely want
Go
to.
ahead,
Before
bro.
we do though, can we do
Yeah.
some commercials? Can we put up a couple?
yeah, he wanna run
Can we go
away
to-
now.
yeah,
Talking about commercial. He ain't never in his life say commercial.
Commercial break.
Never in his life did he say commercials.
Well,
I'm gonna give it to you. We ain't gonna have time to say cut and let's talk behind the scenes. We talking in front of the people. Shoot.
Let's go to commercial break, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Whatever you gotta do, whatever that commercial is, let's go.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
Life on Earth offers some challenges. Things are constantly changing. Seems like we're fighting battles all the time. But you're a warrior for God. And He's given you the armor of God. Join Pastor Myers for this exciting series on how to be equipped to win. It begins May 5th at 11 a.m.
New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
Life on Earth offers some challenges. Things are constantly changing. Seems like we're fighting battles all the time. But you're a warrior for God. And He's given you the armor of God. Join Pastor Myers for this exciting series on how to be equipped to win. It begins May 5th at 11 a.m.
New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Many
brother. I did.
We're back with the Mentor Cast. Man, y'all don't know what's going on in between commercials. Y'all have no idea. And we're back. OG,
right,
we're back.
Okay, we back, brother. So you want to, I guess we can give a shout out to our people that actually helped us raise money for the pizza.
Let's do that.
Let me see something. Go ahead, talk while I pull this up.
So we got a very special guest with us. Okay, you pulling up all of the logos. I see that. A shout out. Who's that, Brielle? Brielle?
Okay, you pulling it up?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Brielle right there, Michelle. Candle and wax maker. We want to give a shout out. We thank you for the pizza donation, but we also thank you for buying a ad to be on, and we're going to bring you back next week. As a matter of fact, everybody that joined in this week, you get a free show next week. So if you came on and you bought a package 1 or package 2, you automatically get a free show next week. That's how we doing. We didn't know we was going to do that, but we're going to do that. Who next? Who next on this? Anybody next? South Jersey Litho. Let me tell you how special this situation is. They located in Vineland, New Jersey on the boulevard, but they don't know what's going on.
What do you mean?
It's a young man named Bobby Collier that graduated with me in high school. I'm a couple years older than him, and his daughter, Devin Collier, who's a friend of Outta Boundz, graduated from Monmouth University.
Wait, what did she graduate with? Her GPA?
She graduated with a 4.1 or 4.2 or something like that, and she's an all-star softball player. So on behalf of my brother, Bobby Collier, and Devin Collier, his daughter, we salute you. And they did the shout out to Litho.
Oh, so they don't even know.
They don't even know.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Printing
South
companies
Jersey
been around. Yeah, they've been around for a long time. They do T-shirts, polos, everything. Who we got next?
Shout out.
Y'all think it's a game? Life worth living. Life worth living.
What can we say?
What can we say for life worth living? Life worth living is the spotlight sponsor of the night, and what that means is they get an extra special notification on what they're doing in the community, you know, and how they connecting the dots in the community. And since coming here 6-7 months ago from Atlanta, they was the first organization that we truly linked up with.
Yeah.
The head, John Fuca, Robbie Colson, we can go on and go on. Can you do me a favor, grab that orange shirt over there? We just want to salute you, John. We know how hard it is to run an organization when everybody expecting certain things from you and they feel like you're not moving fast enough, but they don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So with that being said, we're going to put this right here for Life Worth Living. And this is the spotlight sponsorship right here. You know what I mean? I don't know how many organizations can get this spotlight because we're not going to offer it to everybody. But something happened in the past 2 weeks with Life Worth Living and Outta Boundz. So we want to give y'all the spotlight.
I love it, man. I love it. I think it's well deserved, right? Life Worth Living.
Oh yeah, it's definitely.
They got boots on the ground.
Yeah, they got boots on the ground. Who we got next? Go ahead, you got that.
Gangsters Gone Godly.
Gangsters Gone Godly. Yo, this one of my favorites because, hey, it's my favorite, but it ain't my favorite on why we got here. You know what I mean? It took a lot of years behind the closed doors for you to call yourself Gangster Gone Godly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're going to talk to my partner a little later on, my partner Mel and everything, and talk about that, but we want to salute you.
Salute.
Who next? We got to keep moving. We on commercial time. Oh, next one is Robert Colson. He's the man behind the scene on a lot of things. He put together a lot of organizations and a lot of programs a lot of people don't know, and they don't give him credit because he don't even care about the credit. But my brother, Rob Colson, y'all see on my page, he's one of the reasons we here today. We appreciate you, bro.
Big up.
And who we got there? Kobe Cole Entertainment. One of the guests is right here. One just left, my man Ron Colson. Give it up. We got the guest. You the first guest with your company on the screen. You know what I mean? Listen, when you first start, it's going to be a lot of firsts. You know what I mean? So you and my brother Ron is the first that got their company on the screen while being interviewed.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? So let's go. Who next?
Y'all next.
Oh, we got PR Restoration. Who that? I heard of them before. Are they from Vineland?
CPR?
Are they from Bitston, New Jersey? Are they from Rosaham? Where they from? That's my brother Vic. We salute you, bro, for always supporting, man. I know it's a lot going on. You're trying to juggle here and there with the kids, and they love you, man. They love you.
They really
It's
do.
really like you got 20 kids that you birthed. You know what I mean? I seen you around them. I seen how they react to you and everything.
Yeah,
I
they
salute
really
you
like- they
because
really
that's what it's all about.
Yes, sir. Who's next? Who's up next?
That's it. We
Man,
did that
thank
from the
y'all.
top.
Thank y'all.
Come on, can everybody here clap? We ain't read off no screens. Listen, our model, as y'all might know, I speak in schools, and I say I speak from the heart, not from a chart. So when I'm speaking in front of 500, 1,000, 5,000 kids, ain't no chart. It's from the heart. You know what I
Always.
mean? So at the end of the day, ain't nothing going to change here. So let's keep that energy because she got a lot of energy.
Waiting for
I seen her podcast.
I seen the podcast too.
So
I seen the podcast.
why she on?
we watch.
Why she on? Because we kind of like skipped it. Let's get into the mental health part of it.
That's
All
exactly.
right,
what
go
it
ahead.
is.
I'm gonna let you rock that. Let me rock this, bro.
So I mean, that's what we're here for, man. Right? This whole thing is about mental health. We got another special guest coming on, and we'll talk about mental health. And first of all, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. And let's jump right into it. We talk about mental health a lot, especially as being minority men, black men, and this is something we never talk about.
Correct.
It's something we never talk about.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's an issue that we don't talk amongst each other about mental health?
I mean, for me, mental health is important for me. We have had members in our family, the men who have had, some issues with mental health. We've had a cousin who is a male who has committed suicide. So it's important in our family to go into the public and, empower black men to let them know it's okay to seek help. It's okay to talk to somebody. Like, you are never alone. There is always somebody to talk to or somebody to, go to a therapist. We can find you a therapist. Just it's always important to know that someone loves you and you're not by yourself.
You say therapist, right? I mean, a lot of us, we don't want to hear that word. We don't want, because it sounds like we have trouble, we have problems.
Well, we do.
I know, but we don't want to admit it. We don't want to admit it, right? We don't want to admit the fact that we have to go see someone
Right.
and talk about it, because we're too strong for that. How do we deal with that in the
It's the
household?
balance, though. It's the balance that keeps you strong. Like, your cup can't always be full. Sometimes you have to pour out into someone. A therapist is an impartial person. They're not like your family or whatever, so they're not going to tell your business. They're an outside person. So you can talk to them and be honest with them and get that out. So that way, when you do go home, you have let that information out. And then you can go be stronger for your family and your friends and that type of thing. It's important. Like, I've been to therapy. My family has been to therapy. So it helps.
How do you get the guys or the young ladies in that family that don't want to seek help? How do you get them to say, okay, I got to go, I need help?
I mean, a lot of times we think we can heal ourselves or, read the Bible and then something magical is going to happen. But a lot of times it's faith and work. So you have to use your faith, and then the Bible says faith and work. So you use the work. Sometimes the work is someone else going. So I constantly preach. I don't want to say preach, but talk to
Right.
and encourage to say, go talk to someone. It's an impartial person. They help you. They give you tools on how to navigate your feelings, how to navigate life, how to navigate situations. So you don't just, we come into this world and they kind of like throw us out there and we don't have these tools to deal with our feelings and deal with life and deal with being a woman or dealing with being a man. So a therapist can give us those tools with, hey, I'm stressed, what do I do? Or this is being too much, or I have a lot of anxiety, how do I deal with that? A therapist can give you those tools so that way you'll figure it out.
So as adults, okay, you can probably talk to us as adults. We could probably lean towards more of going to a therapist. But a kid,
Kids,
a teenager,
yes.
high school teenager,
yes, kids. Just on my podcast, Jen Owens talked about children going into therapy and being in therapy if they've been in some type of even life situations with even moving schools. She said some kids should go into therapy because it's a life change for them. So those types of things, like she said that people think that kids, they bounce back, but we think they bounce back, but they don't bounce back
Wow.
because it ends up being something that they harbor. My mom moved me from Woodbine to Millville in 8th grade, and I am still upset about it.
They don't know about Woodbine. The audience is from all over
Shout out to
Virginia,
Woodbine.
North Carolina, Atlanta.
Shout out to
That's
the
why
one
I knew
project.
They don't know about Woodbine. You want to say 2 or 3 minutes something, or minute and a half about Woodbine?
Can I say something?
No.
Shout out to the one traffic. Shout out to the one traffic light in Woodbine. My fault. Did I say that?
This is Ocean City.
That's Ocean City.
Ain't one nothing
That's
the whole
Ocean
time.
City.
No.
Okay, I'll leave that
I want
alone.
to say, Woodbine is an amazing community. It's a majority of a Black and brown community, so a lot of people live there. The Woodbine State School is there, so it employs.
Yes,
a lot
it
of
does.
people.
Yes, so is the barracks, the state barracks.
The state police are there.
Mm-hmm. They chased me one time.
They chased a lot of people. Just Woodbine was just a really great community to grow up in. It was cool.
Actually, my family grew up in Woodbine too. I have a couple of cousins and stuff that grew up. I'll tell you when we off of here.
She don't believe her.
That grew up in Woodbine. And Woodbine is pretty a cool spot. It is a cool spot. But that's where you're from?
Yes.
I never really met
Born and
anybody
raised.
from there.
Born and raised. Well, it's a lot of us out here now.
It is.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then Millville. So how was that such a culture shock? Because you would never think Millville and Woodbine.
Well, yeah, because if Woodbine is a majority of a Black and brown town, and it's not a lot of, it used to be a Jewish town, but they moved out and the Black and brown people stayed. So in our school, if it was 10 white kids in the school, that was a lot. So moving to Millville, where a guy named Sean is spelled Sean, was very bizarre to me. And
That's deep.
we are the minority now. Like, I go in being a minority when I was a majority, and it was culture shock for me. I never seen so many white people. It was all over.
You know
in
what?
Classrooms, they were. That's my honest. That was a kid in 8th grade. I never seen. In Woodbine, it wasn't a thing. They were just teachers.
And then that was the culture shock, and that
Yeah.
brought a lot of trauma to, or drama, not trauma.
It was an adjustment. It was an adjustment for me to be comfortable in a classroom. Like, I had some challenges with like schoolwork and classwork and adjusting to being around new people. But like Jen said, I probably should have maybe went to therapy to kind of adjust to my family dynamic, moving in from one town to another, and then all of those people are different people. I had 2 people in the whole school that I knew where I came from, being like, I knew everybody in the school, and my family grew up there. So yeah,
That's really interesting though, because something that small from a move you wouldn't think would be such a heavy thing, burden on a
So
child.
does that go under mental? Does that go under mental? You know what I mean?
It was trauma. It was trauma for me.
trauma?
Oh
Okay.
yeah. I told you I still talk to my mom about it.
So the subject here, so we stay on subject, is overlooking mental health.
yes,
right?
overlooking.
So because sometimes we kids, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old or whatever, and we might be going through some type of form of mental health, and a parent might write it off as you got a bad attitude, or
Right.
you act just like your dad.
Yeah, the words.
How do we dive into that? How do we dig into the fact that a 11-year-old son or daughter is really going through it? Maybe because dad left the house, or maybe because mom left the house and dad has full custody or whatever, whichever the situation. But how do we dig in to find out what is the eternal reason of our child acting out at 11 or 12 years old? Because we know the difference on acting out,
Right.
and we know the difference on just pouting because you want what you want.
Well, no, not necessarily.
Okay, talk
Because
to me,
the
talk
acting
to me.
out could be them expressing the trauma and the issue.
Okay.
So all the time, the acting out isn't because they're bad. It could be
Okay.
how they express themselves. Because it was how I expressed myself. And I know, like my grandkids, if they're upset and they don't get their way, or if maybe they're getting bullied at school, they act out. So those kids you have to be wary of, like the kids who act out and also the quiet kids.
Okay.
Like the expression could come in all types of forms.
So
I
how
like
can
that.
you separate these two? If you have a kid acting out because he's going through something mentally, or a kid is acting out just because he's bad as heck?
I would say that's when you can take them to a therapist, and then that professional can, narrow down and figure out which one it is, and then adjust, talk to the kid to figure out, give them tools, Kids need tools too. They can have them write in a journal. That's what our therapist talked about. Maybe kids writing in a journal to talk about that stuff or express their feelings that way.
So parents, hold on to the belts. Hold on to the belt.
Or get to the root. A lot of the time, it's getting to the root of whatever the action is. Why is the action happening? So that's what, a lot of time in the Black and brown community, we don't get to what the root of the issue is. It's like, okay, you're acting out and that's it, and then you get a little pop, pat,
right.
and then it's over.
Right.
But it's never discussed or talked about. So it's open communication with your kid, giving your kid a little room to express themselves.
Okay, so with that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the people out in the digital world.
Okay.
I need you to start asking questions, Rock, to see how they feel or whatever questions before we go to the room and
right.
have them put it out on the table on how they truly feel.
Right. Do you have them up on the...
Just looking at them.
So, we definitely need some questions. If anybody's out there with some questions, just log in or whatever on our Facebook Live.
I have a question that y'all can answer. The community can answer. If the audience is listening, can you express, if you were allowed to, can you say in the comments if you were allowed to express yourself as a child, yes or no, or if you were kind of shunned and told into
bring that back,
your voice.
Bring that back, Sean. Bring that back so they can understand it again.
So as a child, can you put in the comments yes or no if you were allowed to have a voice as a child, if you were allowed to express yourself, if you were allowed to say if there was an issue happening, were you allowed to talk to your parents about that thing?
Okay, I like that. Okay.
And another question I have, as a parent, were you quick to punish or discipline your kids before trying to realize what the problem was with the kids?
Right.
Were you quick to punish or discipline your child before you find out what the root of the problem was with your child? So that's one of my questions as well.
Can you bring that back, Rock?
Yeah.
For the ones that ain't here all the way in the back.
A little bit more energy.
Yeah.
So for the parents.
Yeah, I like that.
Hello.
I ain't gonna get mad. Keep going.
Yeah.
Have you disciplined your child before you found out what the whole problem was, what the situation was? Did you pull out the belt before you talked to them?
Okay. So you saying a lot of parents might pull out a belt? As soon as they hear the
react first.
As soon as they hear the whining and the crying, they pulling out a belt.
Shut up! Don't start all that. Before we find out what's going on.
Okay,
how many
that's
parents are on that?
Because you never get to deal. You don't teach them how to deal with their emotions.
Right.
And that's important.
Okay.
And that's why you see a lot of men that are, you hold your emotions in and then you express. Sometimes it comes out as anger when you just trying to say something, but you don't know how to say it. You don't know how to convey it because as a child, you're not taught how to express yourself.
Okay, I like that.
It's a lot of therapy. Not that I'm a therapist.
It's a whole lot.
Yeah,
it's a whole lot.
Yeah.
So we need y'all to please put in the chat so we can have a digital engagement.
Yeah.
Definitely, please.
We need y'all to put in the chat the questions that the young lady and the young brother asked. Put it in the chat, man, because we know you watching. We got 22 shares on here. I like to talk about numbers. Quinn Broadcasting has 231 people watching. And I watch Quinn Broadcast when they do the football and they do different things. So 200 people watching is a real good number.
It is.
You know what I mean? So you guys already watching. Don't act like you're not watching and then you're going to wait until it goes off and then come back and watch the video and whatever.
Comment.
You're already here, so just comment.
Definitely engage, and we need to know some things too. We're going to have to kind of move on as well with our next guest. But
what we need to do is find out the time that we have with the commercial break and the actual speaking. We need to know what time, then we can engage on how we're going to move forward. Mm-hmm. And the only one got that time is my brother, Mr. Ryan. So when he give us the time on when that time is done, then we can engage or we can gauge on how we're going to move forward or whatever the case is. Maybe he can tell Eric and Eric can shoot the numbers up or whatever the case is. I don't know. But once we know that time, then we'll know how we're going to move forward with our next guest, as well as go to the audience to ask different questions because we got experience in the audience.
We definitely have a lot of experience.
So those who's listening, please, we got 700 people, so y'all hear and see what we're talking about on our page, and 200 on Quinn, so that's 900 people.
That's pretty dope.
So
Watching you.
yeah, watching. That's what they do. Most people go and watch.
No, that's important. No, that's a blessing for your.
You know what it is? You know why? Because 99.6% of the times I don't comment on pages, right?
Yeah.
If it's a big page, if it's a big live or whatever, I just want to watch.
Right.
I just want to be a viewer.
Yeah.
I'm not going to leave no comment because guess what? I don't want nobody inboxing me. I don't want to go back and forth with a troll or anything like that. So I'm really going to watch. So really, it don't have anything to do about hating. It just have everything to do about your peace.
Right.
You need to know how to be on social media and still have peace at the same time.
Yeah.
So I don't engage in everybody's situation, everybody posts or anything like that. Goofy stuff, I just let it fly. Drama, I just let it fly. I don't even watch soap operas. You know what I mean? So when grown men come on social media and they talk about goofy stuff and they talk about drama, they goofy to me. I gotta keep it real.
You're protecting your mental health.
I'm protecting my mental health.
I like it.
All right? So that's a segue to go back to the mental health, right? Because they need to know a little more before I ask my audience. I got some people that really went through some mental stuff, right? So I need the panelists and the guests to go hard on an audience out there that might need that help and don't know where to go get that help.
Yeah.
It's starting from the kids too, right?
She's the right one. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I do have some experience with Department of Corrections, and I've worked there for almost 30 years. I've since retired. So I have seen like a lot of black and brown men in the system and going, they had therapists or social workers there, but leaving prison and coming to the outside world is extremely traumatic. It's PTSD. You have post-traumatic stress syndrome. It's not only in the service, it is in our community. So even like, the violence, that is a reason to go to a therapist. The violence that's in the community, even, coming home from jail. A lot of that is PTSD. You have that trauma in jail. You have trauma out of jail. So I think as a community, we've been traumatized since slavery, honestly. So, the civil rights movement and all of that, like you can't even, when you try to even discuss those types of things with your parents, they really don't want to talk about it because they have experienced trauma. So then it's hard for them to open up about their feelings. And that's true because they've already been programmed to not express yourself, because if you express yourself, then other people will see you as weak. So it's an ongoing generational habit that we've been, going down from generation to generation. But at least now we have more tools and we're aware. We're more aware of what's available for us.
So let me ask this question. What, you say you've been in the prison system working for?
Yeah.
You've been in a hospital ward or the nursing?
I've been in the classification department.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you came face to face with
the offenders?
They call them.
Yeah, if they're incarcerated persons now.
They're prisoners.
They are incarcerated persons because there are still people.
So you came face to face with them, right? So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I know when I was in the years that I did, the CEOs, we know what time they was coming, what days we know their life better than their life, right?
Yeah,
so whenever we went to jail on them and we ain't like them,
right.
We'd tell them that we know who your wife cheating with. We'd break them down. We break them. We eat them up. We eat them alive. It ain't a CEO we couldn't eat alive. Have you ever connected with a prisoner to the point that you just said to yourself, they've been forgiven for their crime, and you can see the change in them, and you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, although they teach you not to give them the benefit of the doubt and not to engage with prisoners or whatever the case is. Did it ever dawn on you that at the end of the day, you're still a human being and they're human beings, and you wanted to just give them the benefit of the doubt, or you just was so cold that you ain't even give a damn?
Well, I was not cold. When I went in at 19, so I was like a little state baby, and it was traumatizing to me that they put me in here with all of these adult offenders.
Okay.
But I was taught from like a lot of the black staff that, listen, at the end of the day, if something turned up, they are going to remember who was there and was nice to them and who was messing with them. And,
right.
Because you know what they drive,
right.
Your license plate, your wife, your kids,
right.
baseball, whatever that. So for me, I was an impartial person. you have already been sentenced by the judge. I'm not here, judge, jury, none of that. Hi, good morning, how you doing? Was there a small conversation? Sure, because I'm a person and you're a person. If we're around each other for a little bit, it'll be some casual conversation. Nothing too deep, not like, not kids' names and all that other stuff. But I was never at work thinking that I should be mean to people because for me, I've had family members in jail, in the same jail I was in. So I don't want anybody to treat my family like that. We're all people. Yeah. And, majority of us are black and brown people in jail. I'm impartial.
Okay,
I'm here
all
to
right,
serve
all
your
right.
time.
I got you.
I ain't got a nickel.
The reason I asked that because I know at the end of the day, it's a separation.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you're doing 2, 3, 4, 5 years with a prisoner and they might be on your detail working or something like that, you create a bond.
People feel like there are no bonds.
Yeah.
I mean, people will say that there aren't, but
right, exactly. So I just want
people will say that they're not, and they're not supposed to be.
So,
but if you're around people as the same amount of time that you're around employees and your colleagues and your coworkers,
you're human. So the reason I'm saying that, and getting back to this, is because that goes under mental health.
Yeah.
You know why? Because people got to go home every day. Officers, nurses, administration got to go home every day and make the decision. Do they jeopardize their job?
Right.
Or do they hold their human card to say that person is human just like me or whatever the case is? Every day they got to go home and make that decision.
Every day is a choice.
Yeah, every day is a choice. So that goes under that mental health that we was talking about. You know why? Because people are burnt out over that. I seen officers burnt out. I seen my man who was one of my best friends that took the top officer, lady officer, and now he's married to her to the day, but met her in prison. I seen it. She left her job and got a whole nother job because he was more important than the job. So I seen it over and over and over. So I just wanted to ask you that question because you're the first young lady that we had that actually worked in the prison system that long. So I can imagine the mental that you have to go through every day. And you gotta stay cuted and booted. No, you do. You gotta stay.
It was tough.
You gotta stay cuted and booted in that uniform. I don't know how.
I wasn't in uniform though.
So you really had to stay cuted and booted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a difference now.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I just had to ask that question because you're the first female that's been behind the walls that long, and like we tell the officers, you doing the bid just like the inmates are doing the bid.
True.
So they both going home with this mental game that they have to deal with each and every day.
And you say, well, was I too comfortable with this person, or was I too this with this person? And then you have to kind of, not get so caught up because, offenders have a lot of time to think, and a lot of them run game. So you kind of make sure like there's a healthy balance of I am here to do my job, be fair, consistent.
So with that being said, I love that. I love your input on that because only you can give that input. We have 2 questions or statements. I guess is an answer to one of you guys' questions. And Jessica Elston said, in relation to other questions, no belts for the children. I gave my children space to talk because I did not have that space growing up. I respect that. The next one is some jobs offer it for their employees and cannot hold it against them. So it was 2 and 1 from this one individual, Jessica or whatever. But the belt thing, we're going to get back on that when we go offline because I like to go back and answer a lot of questions we didn't so we can move forward, for our next guest or whatever.
Sure.
With that being said, I guess is this time we go to commercials and give more shots out?
Yes, sir.
Whatever the case is. Round
sir.
of applause. Round of applause. Can I get a round of applause? Can I get a round of applause? Let's go. Got 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever the time is. We're waiting for the clock to go.
Treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
Life on Earth offers some challenges. Things are constantly changing. Seems like we're fighting battles all the time. But you're a warrior for God. And He's given you
The armor of God.
Join Pastor Myers for this exciting series on how to be equipped to win. It begins May 5th at 11 a.m.
New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
Life on Earth offers some challenges. Things are constantly changing. Seems like we're fighting battles all the time. But you're a warrior for God. And He's given you
The armor of God.
Join Pastor Myers for this exciting series on how to be equipped to win. It begins May 5th at 11 a.m.
New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
Life on Earth offers some challenges. Things are constantly changing. Seems like we're fighting battles all the time. But you're a warrior for God. And He's given you
The armor of God.
Join Pastor Myers for this exciting series on how to be equipped to win. It begins May 5th at 11 a.m.
New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
Life on Earth offers some challenges. Things are constantly changing. Seems like we're fighting battles all the time. But you're a warrior for God. And He's given you
The armor of God.
Join Pastor Myers for this exciting series on how to be equipped to win. It begins May 5th at 11 a.m.
New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
Life on Earth offers some challenges. Things are constantly changing. Seems like we're fighting battles all the time. But you're a warrior for God. And He's given you
The armor of God.
Join Pastor Myers for this exciting series on how to be equipped to win. It begins May 5th at 11 a.m.
New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
Life on Earth offers some challenges. Things are constantly changing. Seems like we're fighting battles all the time. But you're a warrior for God. And He's given you
The armor of God.
Join Pastor Myers for this exciting series on how to be equipped to win. It begins May 5th at 11 a.m.
New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
Life on Earth offers some challenges. Things are constantly changing. Seems like we're fighting battles all the time. But you're a warrior for God. And He's given you
The armor of God.
Join Pastor Myers for this exciting series on how to be equipped to win. It begins May 5th at 11 a.m.
New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Can you check the door? So we're back. We're back with another special guest right now. I don't know if you guys know who this young lady is that we have with us right now.
Yo, get them quiet first, bro.
I'm sorry, we are live, but we're back on.
Joker too nice. Too nice. That's Ocean City.
Bro, there's no such thing, man.
Yeah, you way too nice.
So we're back. We're back live. We're back live with another special guest that we have, Miss Carol Green. Thank you for coming on today. Thank you. OG, we got one of the best on today with us.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And we can rock this, man. And I'm ready. I'm excited. This is the last leg, just like a 4x100. You know what I mean? They say your last leg is one of the strongest. So I'm excited about this.
And that's true.
Go ahead
Green,
while I'm trying to pull up this logo.
Ms. Green, if you don't mind, just tell people a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, I find it hard to talk about myself. I really do. Right now, I'm in therapy.
Yep.
I'm in therapy right now.
Vic, hold on. Vic, let us do this, brother. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
So that's the problem with the live audience.
It ain't no problem. They just gonna get kicked out. It ain't no problem. It's a problem when you scared to kick them out. I'm gonna kick them out.
You gonna kick them out?
Yeah, because the queen is talking. Everybody got to hush.
Hey,
it's okay.
That's true.
Everybody got to hush. The queen is talking. Go ahead.
I guess that's Ocean City.
Go ahead, Miss. Yeah, that's Ocean City.
But yeah, I find it very, very hard to talk about myself. And as I was saying, I'm in therapy right now because once a month I get this conversation between you two, and we go for hours at a time. Maybe late going home, where I'm at, come over and talk. So, you know, I'm good.
That's because, Ms. Green, when we do have conversations with you, they last long because you have so much information You have so much information, and we just sit and we just get engulfed with everything that you have to say.
That's like 40 years worth of work.
Yeah.
In different fields.
And you dealing with two sponges, so we sitting here soaking it all in too.
Yeah. We have some good conversations. You know, I know you win.
You know me win. You know me win.
So, you know, it's always good to be able to talk to you guys and talk to the community and be among the folks. You know, you talk about out of bounds. I don't have any boundaries.
Right.
Wow.
I have control. Okay, and that's what my mentor is, controlling me. So when I'm out of bounds, I know how to come back in. So, you know, I've been in the system, variety of experiences, over 40 years of experience. I don't mind talking to anybody and everybody. I don't mind giving my knowledge. I don't mind soaking it in. I don't mind saying when I'm wrong. I don't mind, you know, letting you know I'm all right too. So, you know, it's a good thing.
I noticed that when we come to speak to you, you don't mind. You open up. You let us know the good, what's good and what's bad. You let us know. You don't hold back. I know you and OG, you and Coop have a history together. Y'all go back with Fed Up For You, right? It goes back that far.
That's right. Coop came in. We used to meet every Monday at the Marino Center.
Yeah.
And we would go round and around on what we were going to do to help the kids. And he was a stickler about helping the kids. And of course, I'm sitting on management side, but I'm also trying to sit on the side, looking at it from his perspective. You know, management always want to make sure that everything is in order. And so, you know, I'm trying to balance myself out and also trying to meet his needs because he meets the needs of the community. So, yeah, and he won. Because we end up at the Arms Center, end up with 300 kids, end up with money to make it happen. They end up with the respect of the community. And that's why he's able to come back here now and do what he's doing.
And it wasn't easy. I'm going to tell you it wasn't easy because at the end of the day, it just was something at the time. We had Vineland, Millville, Bristol, and Seabrook that had a little rival against each other. And I come in with this crazy idea to bring everybody together by bus. You couldn't drop your kids off. They couldn't walk to the program because I didn't want no beef happening on the way to the program. So at the end of the day, they was like, that'll never work. How? They're never going to get on that bus. And they was right. But I tapped into the people that was in the neighborhoods, the big brothers, the uncles, the dads, and they forced them to get on these buses. The buses were donated from Pastor Wilkins. And he gave us 2 buses and everything. And we took them buses and we went all around the county and got them kids into the Arms Center. The biggest thing was getting them on the bus because it looked like the blueberry bus. They was like blue as purple. You know what I mean? But after the big homies and the brothers forced them to get on that bus and they got in that program, then they was able to go to Miss Carol Green, Miss Tracy Wells. All these other programs was inside of the Arms Center that they can do breakout sessions. You know? Eating was the last thing, but before you ate, guess what you had to do? Get in a major circle and hold hands. And we had somebody in the middle pray. That was the hardest thing because kids didn't want to, from Seabrook didn't want to hold hands from kids from Bristol. Bristol didn't want to hold hands from kids from Millville. Millville ain't want to hold hands from kids from Vineland. So we said, well, I guess nobody ain't going to eat. Guess what they started doing? Hold the hands. Hold his hand. And it just kept spreading and spreading and spreading and spreading. Because they gave them good food. It wasn't no fast food. They was cooking spaghetti dinners and spinach and all kind of stuff. So them kids was like getting on. That's why I said at the end of the day, a successful program is going to be peer-to-peer accountability. You cannot draw kids in your program more than other kids can draw kids in your program. So when you find that out and you put that together, and kids understand kids or young adults understanding young adults, that's what make a program go around. Yesterday, when we was at 4th Street, a lot of them kids didn't even know each other. But the fact is, they told other kids, yo, I'm going to be on 4th Street today. It's going to be barbecue, hot dogs, hamburgers, blah, blah, blah. And they all came together and got to know each other.
And they had a good time, man.
And they had a wonderful time.
They had a really good time.
And we beat them in basketball, the old heads and OGs versus the young boys. We beat them in basketball. I'm sore today, but we beat them in basketball. But that's what
Use
it
that
takes.
word really loosely when you say we, though. Okay, I just want to let you know.
I made a shot and a steal. We only beat by 1 point. So
You
if I
still
didn't
keep
make that
saying,
shot,
okay,
we would
you're
have been
right,
top
you're right.
today. We still would have been top.
I got you. Go
You know
ahead.
what I mean? So every point counts. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right.
So at the end of the day, it say reach one, teach many. That one was able to teach many. So getting back to what I was saying, you very important to the community. And I know we're talking about health, mental health, but let's talk about when you're taking these kids by hundreds to the HBCU colleges on tour.
Yes.
For them to decide what their future going to look like. What type of mentality are you tapping into? Because guess what? Some of these kids are first generational college students. So the parents don't even know how to fill out a form to get them scholarships or the FAFSA or whatever. So what are you going through? What you rather me call you, Miss Green or Miss Seabrook?
Would you feel comfortable?
Because you my family.
Right, so call me family.
Okay, so family, how do you deal with that? I asked a young lady earlier that was up here in the prison system, but how do you deal with that? Because you on a bus and you in there. You're not just sending people to go on a trip with them. You're actually in there.
You know, I treat people as individuals, okay? And I know and I understand kids have certain behavior, and you have to allow kids to be kids. But all at the same time, while you allow kids to be kids, you also teach them. Right. And you take that moment that where they may be struggling and you use it as a teachable moment. And so you give them what they need so that they can respond to whatever situations they may come up against. They get on the bus, they all click up, and it's funny because I may have 5 kids from Salem High, I may have 6 kids from Vineland High, and they all clicked up. By the end of the trip, they done made friends. And maybe by the second day, they done made friends. And the rule is, you get on the bus, the first day, you can sit where you want to sit. Second day, wherever you sit, that's your seat for the rest of the trip. Ooh. Okay? Which means that you have to learn the people around you.
Wow.
Okay, same thing with room. You have to learn the people around you. The biggest thing is, and I express exposure. We have to give our kids exposure. We have to allow them to be exposed to different situations, and we have to allow them to make decisions. Sometimes we try to stop them as adults from making decisions because you think they're going to make the wrong decision, especially if they belong to you. Right. So you want to stop them right away. No. Allow them to make those decisions. And that's the whole thing with going on a college tour. They get an opportunity. They're informed. They're informed of the different schools and what each school is offering and whether they actually fit in. Because any kid that goes to a college, they have to be able to see themselves there. Sure. If you can't see yourself out of school, you don't need to go there. Because you're going to go there and you're not going to feel comfortable. And you may waste your mama's money. And the same thing with the parents. That's a biggie. Parents. Parents will dummy down that kid's goal because they don't have the money. But it's all these people in this room will help a kid that's doing well. If it's just sending them $15 every week. Yeah. So we have to allow kids to make those decisions. And that's the whole thing with the college tour. Parents want to go, I say, nope. No. Because
you don't want that crutch.
I don't want that. Exactly.
Is that the biggest problem you have with the tour? Is parents trying to get involved? Do you have any big problems with the kids or anything?
No, kids are kids.
Kids are kids.
Yeah. and I take it that way. I treat them the way I want to be treated.
So what would be your biggest challenge when it comes to the school tours?
School choice?
School tours.
Safety.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Safety. That's my main. If you trust me to take your child out for 7 days, I'm leaving New Jersey going to Florida, and you trust me enough to do that, then that's the respect that I have to give the parents.
I love it.
And I need to bring that kid back the same way.
I love it. And you say, for some of the people that don't know the schools that you go to, can you just name a few of the schools that you've taken the kids to?
Sure. We the big school is a tour. We always do the tour on spring break. Okay. So this year we actually went to Georgia. We did the schools down there, Clark, Atlanta, Morehouse. Here's the funny thing: Morehouse is Spelman. We divided the boys up and they went to
Yep.
Morehouse.
Okay,
The girls act totally different. They were really ladies when they went over to Morehouse because there was ladies there. And so we did quite a few schools in Atlanta. And we actually, our last school was Savannah State. And Savannah State's president actually grew up here in Bristol.
Oh, wow.
And it was such an experience. I still get worked up about it.
Yeah.
It was such an experience. You know, we did it on a Saturday because they were having an open house, and she had asked us to change our date to come so we can be there for that open house. So I said, we can do that. You know, because you have to learn to support one another. You know, if you somewhere, I'm coming. If I'm in the area, I'm coming. You know, $20, I'm paying my 20.
Yeah.
So she asked us, you know, could you come down? You know, you come into Savannah State. Could you come on a Saturday? So I'm like, yeah, we can do that. So when we walked in, there was all these kids from all over. And when we walked in, we got off that bus and we walked in.
Yo, a superstar.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. She saw us. She nodded her head. Her time to speak. And she let them know, I'm not from Georgia. I'm not from Savannah. Well, she said, I'm not from Atlanta. I'm not from Savannah. I'm from Bristol, New Jersey. And I have my home folks here. Treat the kids like kings and queens. And we could ask. So we've been to Atlanta, we've been to Florida, we've been over to Dillard University, we've been to Jackson State, we've been to Tennessee State, and every year we try to mix it up. So we've been a lot of different places. And again, bottom line, allowing the kids to have exposure and informed decisions.
How do the kids get involved in going on this tour with you?
Well, you know, we put that information out. We put that information out in December. But also through Gateway, we have a program called Gateway Scholars.
Okay.
And Gateway Scholars help kids prepare for college. Now we're starting to expand that, not only prepare for college, we're also either giving them a second option, vocational, because everybody doesn't want to go to college. So we're starting to do, and using that as a track. So, you know, it's open. You know, we take kids from Camden. We take kids that ride from Trenton just to catch our bus to go on the tour. And so, you know, it's just an open tour. We put it out word of mouth. People like you guys put it out, other organizations, you know, and it's open. It's like first come, first serve. I also have certain organizations and certain people that will sponsor kids, because everybody can't afford it.
Yeah.
And so we have organizations that will sponsor kids.
So what type of if you don't mind, what kind of organizations that do sponsor the kids? Is it open for other organizations to take on?
We open for everybody. You know,
I hear that.
Here's the catch. We try to teach our kids to make decisions, and we try to teach our kids to work together. We as adults don't do a very good job working together.
Mm-hmm.
We work in silos. You know, I got my stuff. You got yours. You know, we don't want to put our stuff together because you might make more money than me, or your program might be better than me. We're not good at that. So kids are not good at that. So we get stuck.
And that's a learned behavior, right?
Yeah, that's learned behavior. Kids are what they see.
That's true.
They're what they see. And see, we fight as adults among ourselves trying to figure out who's going to get that last piece of crumbs. Because that's all we get is crumbs.
It's crumbs.
so you know, so we try to teach the kids that working together as a team. Let's build some character. Let's be a team player. Let's make this work. Because there's a little bit in there for everybody. And I don't need much. I was just telling the sister and the brother, I don't need much.
Just need a little bit.
I just need a little bit. I just need to live.
Is there anyone in the Facebook audience, Quinn Broadcasting or OG Coop's page, that has a question for Ms. Green? Is anybody coming up with any questions, or in the audience?
Or in the audience. And if the audience is speaking, where's the microphone? Where do they come at?
Oh, right here.
Okay, so let's bring the audience up one at a time so we can keep moving forward. And we're going to have you ask a question to Miss Green, and then we're going to have you lead.
I can do narration. I don't mind.
Then we're going to have you go ahead and talk about your experience.
It's live? Yeah, I can. Does anybody have any questions for Ms. Green? Or
just come on up, and we're creative. Huh?
Yeah, you do?
Yeah, right here. No, right here, bro.
Come on up.
It's here for a reason, bro, because the camera. Just bring them back. They got to come up here. Yeah, we already done talked about that. Come on up, Vic. Yeah, right. Change the whole game plan. Me and Ron done talked about this right here. He
Right,
said
it's right here in the spot.
He said that's the spot. That's what Ron said. Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead. Ask,
I like that
ask,
shirt,
ask
man.
Miss Green a question, and then you go ahead on and put something out there.
Okay. Hi, Miss Green. How's it
Ron,
going?
get out of their way, bro.
You're my shot, Ron. You got
Yeah.
this way,
Get over
baby.
there,
Yeah.
bro.
Come on, Ocean City. Come on. You got to get it together. All right. So, Miss Green, when we're dealing with these kids going to the college tours, and what is the exact criteria? Do they have to have a certain GPA in their schools? Like I deal with a lot of kids in secondary schools, alternative-based schools. Are they still afforded the same opportunities?
Yes, I like that group.
that's a good
Because a
question.
lot of times what happens
Thank you.
is that group is on the fence. And going on a college tour will give them an opportunity to see other kids just like them. And it also opens their eyes up to something new and something different. And that might be the turning point for them. So it's open. You know, I'd rather take a kid that has a C, D versus A, B, because that A, B student probably already has somebody in their ear talking about college.
That's a good question.
I like that. I
It's
like
a really
that.
good
I like
question.
that.
Vic. Thank you for that.
I like that.
Anyone else
Next
have any
one,
questions?
next
Any
one.
questions
Come on,
in the
step up.
audience? Any questions
All my
online?
intelligent brothers and sisters, come on up.
You got a question, man?
Yeah, come on up.
Screen. Well, I've experienced a lot because I've been through some of those tours, not with you, but with the college, and what you're doing is a wonderful thing, you know. And I wanted my grandson to do that tour at the time with you, but he wasn't able to because he had other obligations. But we did get a chance to do what we had to do. So just keep on doing what you're doing. And I enjoy working with kids too and everything. So if anytime you need help or need someone to go with you sometimes, you know, I don't mind going because I enjoy traveling and I enjoy just working with children because that's what I do too. So let's keep on doing what
And
you're
we
doing.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Yup. And she got a grandboy that we might see in the NFL.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that the kid that we met?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's a problem. He's a problem.
We have any questions online? Anybody?
If you have any questions online, please put it up while we bring somebody else. Andre, I need you to come on up, bro. Ask a question and put a statement out there, brother. Come on up. Solutions over excuses. There's no excuse.
You gotta have
This
solutions.
is my brother right here, man. I support him. I support his brand. And let's talk, brother.
Yeah.
First of all, First of all,
Keep it up.
I guess I couldn't have an excuse because he called my name to pull me up here.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah,
going for that right now. So I do have a question for you. So are you looking, I came in towards the end. Are you looking for mentors to help chaperone?
Always. That's a challenge for me to be able to get mentors and volunteers to go on the tour. I have a couple not young guys, but people I grew up with that are committed. They like to work. They will go with me, but at times, you know, they have other obligations. But a lot of times people say, "Well, I don't want to be around them kids." You know. So sometimes it is difficult. But I'm always looking for mentors to go on the tour and to be with us because the kids need to see. They need to see you. They need to see, you know, other positive role models besides it. I get on and I direct or whatever, but I always like the interaction.
Okay, yeah, because actually I used to go on all the college tours. I wasn't that A and B student at all. I was more D, a little bit lower than that. We're going to say that the
You're
D.
the basement student?
Yeah, I wasn't that. But you know what happened? Me going on those college tours, the same thing what you were saying. It gave me the idea, and it actually jump-started my career in a different area because I seen a recruiter at one of the schools talking to him, and that's what made me join the Air Force because I was going on the college tours, and I seen, and he was just talking to him, and then years later, that popped in my mind. So that's why I'm saying I was like, all right, well, you know what? I want to give back. So why not go on these tours? I'm not really worried about the kids part, so they do need positive male role models. That's where it lacks in the community. You got role models. Yeah, of course, women are nurturers, so you're going to get that all day long. But when it comes to the males, you don't get that as much. So I guess I got to step up.
I'll be calling you.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
And you got your sweatshirt, like you said, so you got to contact me.
That's right. Good stuff, brother. Good stuff.
So,
Good stuff.
I like that. This summer, we're taking a busload of parents.
Wow.
We're gonna take a bus.
I want to go.
We're gonna take a busload of parents on a college tour because a lot of students are first generational, and parents really don't know the process, and they really don't understand that your child can go to any school they want to go to,
Right?
But they have to put the work in.
Okay.
You have to put the work in. You put the work in, you get the grades. You put the work in, you get the scholarships.
Yeah.
So we want to show parents, that whole process, and let them get that true feel.
I like that.
So what is the qualification for chaperones?
Well,
is there background checks and is there a whole line?
Me know you. We do, if it's necessary, we will do a background check.
Mm-hmm.
That's important in terms of this whole parents. We're going to take whatever parents want to go.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take them. We're all adults, and you get an opportunity to really see the schools.
I like that.
You got kids that go off to schools and they never actually visit the school, and then next thing you know, they're back. So we want to make sure that parents understand that whole process.
That's super important. That's super important.
So with that being said, I want to call up another brother, my brother Mel. We was over at the Carl Arthur Center yesterday dealing with the youth, having fun beating them in basketball and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So me, my brother, and another brother named Snowy, we sat down. And when I looked at him and I looked at Snowy, because I know both of them when they was in the world, when they was in the streets. I said, man, you know what? Between the three of us, we got 40 years in prison. And that was something deep. And it took like 5 seconds. And then my brother Mel said, no, we got more than 40 years. I did 28 years on my own. 3 people over 50 years of their life taken away from society. That's deep when you really think about it.
Yeah, it really is.
But what's really deep is all 3 of us is on the right path of helping the youth move forward. All 3 of us are on the right path. That's what's really deep. So I'm saying that to say this. When you get an individual such as myself that did 8+ years, such as my brother that did 28 years, such as my brother Snowy that did 14 years, it's hard to break us, right? Mm-hmm. If we was out there doing the wrong thing, you was not going to pull us to do the right thing. So what make you think if we out there doing the right thing, you're going to pull us to do the wrong thing? So our mentality just is different. We're wired different. Every day that we wake up, some people wake up and say, oh man, not again. We wake up and say, yes, we got another chance at life. You feel me? So we're wired different. So when it comes to putting together organizations and putting together businesses and things of that nature, you can't tell us what we're not going to do. Mm-hmm. And that's what I found coming to New Jersey. The first 30 days, everybody was cheering for me to come. By the time it hit the second 30 days, the third 30 days, the fourth 30 days, you can see the real individual come out and say, damn, I wish he'd go back home. You can see it, right? And without me going on Facebook and putting it out there, sometimes I'll vent, but I don't vent enough. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But I just want to say that I'm not going nowhere. I got a one-way ticket until I put together what we need to put together. And those that want to follow and continue to build their organizations will follow. Those that want to sit back and say, I'm going to throw rocks at them, they'll throw rocks. I don't have nothing to do with that. I'm just letting the people know that I'm here for a reason that I don't have nothing to do with. That's a mission that God sent me on. That's right. I don't have nothing to do with that mission. So don't get mad at me. UPS is hiring. Bro, we got 1 minute. Can you say something? Even if you don't want to stand up and we can switch the camera around or the mic around, but can you say something to young individuals that's looking to go down the wrong path on the years you did and how you had to turn your life around?
In 1 minute,
Talk loud and stop being so cool.
nah. In 1 minute, I honestly say that for me, first and foremost, God gets all the glory. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna hold up. Doesn't matter to me. If it wasn't for me putting God first in my life and doing everything through what He wanted and take Melvin out the equation, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be possible. But believe in yourself. At the end of the day, once God believes in you, then use that motivation to believe in yourself and move forward. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up. It's like Coop said. We wake up every single day wired, blessed and happy and anxious for a new day. I didn't have that for 28 years. You know, I was doing time at the age of 11.
Wow.
When other kids were, I'm going to show my age for real, were playing Atari, I was sitting here, you know what I'm saying, doing 2.5 years at the age of 11. So when I tell you that to have the opportunity to connect with the people that are in this room and doing the things that they're doing, I told Coop, honestly speaking, we didn't have this growing up. We didn't have people coming into the communities and really giving their time. So take advantage of us. Take advantage of all of us and all the opportunities that we have to be there to help guide you and show you something different. Show you something completely different. Yo, all the stuff that they showing out there right now, because I'll be the first one to admit, Coop was somebody that I looked up to in the world. But today I respect them in this world. You know what I'm saying? Of who we are today. And to be honest with you, Carol and Coop helped me start this journey right here at the beginning. Coop, when he was doing the investments and talking about investments, I used to watch him online. Carol, she was a part of a program that I did for reentry. You know what I'm saying? So honestly speaking, man, take advantage. Take advantage of the people that are willing to come out.
Appreciate you. With that route, you can take it from there, bro.
Man, oh man, oh man.
I don't know what to say after that. I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps.
Seriously.
I got goosebumps, man.
Man, what I will say though, man, today's show was fire.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Today's show was fire. For our first day to
Put 100s. If y'all can still hear us, we got 900 people left. We was up as high as 1,300 people. We got 900 people left. If y'all can hear us, put a 100 if you appreciate this show, man. Because that's what it's all about, man. Putting out energy, putting out information, and creating a networking environment that we can concentrate on each and every week to help each other grow, man.
And accepting it, man. Accepting all this information that's coming in. Parents, get your kids on these school tours. Parents, get your kids in therapy. Parents, leave the belts out and talk to the kids. You know what I mean? Like, let's bring this together for our community and for our households. Right?
Wow. And I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna leave it at this because I know we gotta leave, and I thank Quinn. When I was doing prison time, and I used to walk the track every day, lifting weights, jogging, and everything, and I always kept a smile on my face. And a young man came up to me one day, and he said, I was only like 28 years old, 29 years old. He said, "Why you keep smiling every day?" I said, "Cuz I only got 8 years." He said, "That ain't nothing to be happy about." I said, "I wasn't happy about receiving 8 years, but I know I could have got more years." So I said, "Look at him over there lifting weights. He got 25 years. He's smiling because he already undid 13 years. I said, "Look at him over there. He got 30 years. He's smiling because he already undid 25 years. I said, "Look at him over there. He's smiling. He's never going home. He got life. But he's grateful to live every day." So no matter what position you in and no matter what's on your plate, don't look at the next person's plate. Concentrate on your plate and be thankful for what you have to wake up each and every day to keep moving forward. With that, I got to salute y'all. And we had a great time. This is our first show.
First one.
And we want to bring everybody back sometime soon. We want to bring everybody back and do a recap. Go ahead.
And
brother.
this is, again, our first time on Quinn Broadcasting. And we really, really appreciate Quinn Broadcasting. And we appreciate Cumberland County, Selma County, Gloucester County, Cape May County, right? We appreciate everybody who locked in. And we love y'all.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
and there's nothing.
Life worth living. We love you.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
And everybody that supported, bought the pizza, listen, like I said, we raised $300 in like 15 minutes. And that was enough to pay for this room and the food. And we got some Wawa sandwiches and a whole nine. So we love you. Give yourself, hey, Quinn, we love you, Quinn. Our first show, wrap it up. Love you. We out of here.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.